Well, everyone, can you all hear me okay? Can you see me all right? Hope so. Let me know in the comments right now. Looks like we got Deborah Spiker, Roadkill Ron. How are you? Merry Christmas. Let's see here. Yay. I think you can see and hear me. Can you see and hear me all right? Let me turn that down. Oh boy, what a day, what a day. No, I'm not drinking coffee. I'm actually good. You can see and hear me. Good deal. Um, yeah. Drunken Chef Barbecue, what's going on? Thank you. Man, I hadn't seen you for a while. I think I saw uh, your family adventures video or something like that a while back. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Been working. Miss Linda, she is looking at her eyelids because she had a long day. Deborah, or Deb, two old people on the couch. Good to see you. Arlene, how are you? Um, Super Glide, how are you doing? Man, there's quite a few people jumping on. Everybody's must be alone tonight or something, huh? Not much going on. Some of us, anyway. Yeah. I had an adventurous day. Yeah. Um, wow. Mark, how are you? I sent you a video a while back. Just a deal there on Messenger or text. I don't know if you got it or not there, Mark. Thank you. But yeah, I don't have any. I don't have any slides or anything. I'll just talk about what I did today. Mom, how are you doing? I'll just kind of tell you about my day and what I did, and um, it was a good day. It really, my heart is just full. Melinda Dobson, I was hoping you jump on. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Melinda. But yeah, I didn't have to work today. I called down to dispatch just to see if they were going to have anything, and he said nope. They said nobody's working. So, uh, yeah, I I was kind of hoping maybe to get something at least. With two days off, it's kind of. I believe we get paid for the both days, but I'm not for sure. I was kind of hoping to get a run today, and something short, short and sweet, maybe down to Marshfield, Missouri, or Tulsa, Oklahoma, or even Western Kansas. I would have done it. But if I did that, then I wouldn't have had the day that I had because it was a good day. It really, my heart is full. I'll just put it that way. Miss Linda had to work, and she is just beat. She is on what they call the Met team, which corporate has a team of employees in each store that does what she calls bay service, which they tear down displays, in stock. In the front of the store, they put all the Christmas stuff up, just, and they stock all the shelves and all that stuff. Well, they took all that down today and put up some other stuff. I don't even remember what like totes, storage totes and stuff like that. So she she was pretty. Her knees. She said her knee was pretty stiff when she got home, and I told her, I said, "Well, take some Tylenol or put some ice on it." And I don't know. That doesn't go very far, but Later on this evening, she was just exhausted, and I told her, I said, go to bed and go to sleep. You need some sleep. So that's where she's at. And today, what did I do today? It was very. It wasn't foggy. It was frosty this morning. Kind of foggy. Not real foggy, but you could see a mile. So I had to go take deliver some Christmas presents down on the south side of the city. Hey, Kim Burris, good to see you. Merry Christmas. Lolly H. Now that is a new one. Welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. So I had to deliver some presents down on the south side of the city. And I thought, you know what? If y'all saw my video this morning about my memories of Christmas as a kid and whatnot, well, I decided Grandpa's going to deliver the presents on his motorcycle. So I leathered up. I put my heated vest on, warmed up the bike, and took off for the south side of the city. And there was a lot of traffic, but I didn't let the traffic hold me up. So we'll just put it that way. Yeah, she does need to rest her knee. And so I got down, and when I had talked to my son, I told him I was going to, I'll be down, I asked him when they were going to be leaving to go to another part of the state, and he said probably around noon. So I left here like at 11 o'clock because I had a couple of other phone calls that I was on with, and I thought, my gosh, I'm going to be late. So I didn't let the pavement warm up. Well, I don't know how to say this. I didn't let the grass grow underneath me. Of course, it's not growing right now, but and there was a lot of traffic. But I got down there about 11:30, and my daughter-in-law says, "Well, we're not going to be leaving for quite a while." And I thought, okay. So, of course, the boys had the front door open, and Grandpa Ken, and so I put my hat on and carried the presents inside, and had a good visit. Those boys are something else. They were really glad to get what I got them, or what we got them, I should say. They're big into the Spider-Man and the Iron Man, and they were just thrilled. It's crazy. And so I came back home, and I actually sat and had a bowl of chunky, creamy chicken noodle soup and sat down and took a nap for a little while. And then I warmed up my pickup truck, my ranch truck, and then went up to my other granddaughters and dropped off a present there. And just the reaction of these grandkids is something else, So I just want to give them boys down south a memory, 10, 15, 20 years from now. And they, remember when Grandpa rode his motorcycle down and delivered the Christmas presents, that kind of thing. Because there's certain things you remember. Tell Miss Linda to get some cream, generic. Walmart works wonderful. Yeah, this was on her knee that she had total knee replacement that was bothering her a little bit. And she was exhausted because she didn't sleep real good last night. I don't know what was going on. Somebody was running a chainsaw or something. So, yeah, I'm not doing that again. So I've actually got a machine that like she has, but I have to get a different covering for my mouth and my nose at the same time because I am a person that sleeps breathing in and out of their pie hole. So, yeah. So, that being said, yeah, I just told her to go on to bed, and I told her I'd go on a short live here. In fact, I got a message from one of y'all. I don't know who it was. Yeah. Uh, yeah, that one right there sent me a Facebook message, asked me if I was going to do a live tonight. So I thought, well, maybe I will. If there's some people out there that don't have nothing going on Christmas Eve, or, some of y'all don't have family in the area or whatever, or just bored and want to see this guy go live for a few minutes, what the heck, right? So, Melinda Dobson says they've had rain down there. Makes her hurt too. Yeah. Jimmy, hey Jimmy, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, this is a good hat to wear. Yeah, that's me. I'm naughty. I've always been naughty. So, but it was sure felt good. It really felt good to jump on the bike and do that hour and a half ride down there and back. And like I said, looks like I'm starting to pause a little bit here. Just let things catch up. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it. I actually was on the other social media live for a while, and then I deleted it when I got done. I got stopped. Nobody was on there watching, and that's probably a good thing my mom wasn't on there watching. So, Mom says he's not kidding. Yeah. I've been naughty most of my life. Hey, Gene, Merry Christmas. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah. In fact, he did come over today and drop off. Well, he actually brought it in and handed it to Linda, so I guess it's for both of us. Well, the rain gear, it could have helped a little bit more, but I didn't want to put it on over the leathers and stuff like that. I was actually pretty warm. I really didn't turn on the heated vest till on the way back. And yeah, so yeah, it was just, I went up to my other sons up north of Lawson, or north of town, and I actually they were actually cooking on their Blackstone grill, and he says, "Do you want something to eat?" And I was like, "No, man, I'm full. I had a couple of bowls of soup, plus Linda had made some creamy chicken chili with jalapenos in it the other night. Oh my gosh, I had a bowl of that too, and that was excellent. So my stomach is full." Okay. So, did you all go shopping today? We stopped at Walmart this evening before they closed, and I don't remember why I went up there. Oh, I went up there to use the ATM. That's what it was, and put a little cash in a card for my other grandson and stuff, or my son, I should say, and that place was packed. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. Even walking through the parking lot was nuts. I was afraid I was going to get run over, So, and I hadn't driven the truck in quite a while, so I went over and I filled it full of diesel because I think we're going to take it over there tomorrow on our little road trip over to Linda's mom's for Christmas, and we are actually having um, tacos for Christmas dinner. So taco bar, easy. Everybody brings something. Uh, home now with the wife and $2. Yeah, that's cool. So, and they'll do a little gift thing over there. I don't know. Linda's got that all straightened out. So, yeah. But, if y'all saw the video this morning that I posted, I have a lot of memories of Christmas. I've had some Christmas, it seems like it all runs together. I just remember going to my grandma and grandpa's, my mother's mom and dad's Christmas Day and having dinner. And I actually have the china that my grandma always pulled out for holiday dinners and stuff, sitting over here in the corner china cabinet here. And I think it's cool looking china. I mean, it's not. I've never researched it. Mom could probably uh, tell us what she remembers of it because I don't know. Mom asked me if I wanted it, and I said, "Yeah, I'll take it." So, in fact, if you wait just a second, I'll run over here real quick. I'll grab one of those cups out of there, and you can see the actual design on the china. It's really neat. So just hang on just a second. I did something better. I grabbed the big plate. What do you call this? The big plate that I remember the ham or the turkey going on this, but can y'all see that all right? It's Yorkshire. I hope you all can. But I just remember seeing that. No, Mom, I did not see them because they were over at their Brianna's or my daughter's in-laws. So, but I'm talking about the ones up north, Mom. I'm talking about my other son. Meat platter. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Serving platter. Yeah. You women know what all that is, don't you? Yeah. But I can remember them eating off those plates, every holiday and Easter and stuff. Don't remember the name of the pattern. Yeah. I don't know. Do you remember how long she'd had it, Mom? Or do you remember when she got it? I should ask. There you go. But it was always a good time going down there for dinner and stuff. But Christmas Eve, we would go to my dad's side, my grandfather's, or one of the aunts or uncles on Christmas Eve, and we would all do a gift exchange, and then of course all us grandkids would go in the toy room or another part of the house, while the adults, talk or whatever. But What's Jimmy say? Call me weird, but I'm having biscuits and gravy. Hey, that's good stuff right there. Biscuits and gravy? You're darn right. The morning will be a mess full of family. Yeah, you better get it now, right? Mark says we had a traditional Christmas stromboli. I don't know what stromboli is. I'm sorry. uh, a friend of mine on Facebook, he is actually a um, what you call it? He goes and purchases. Oh yeah, Mom says we all went to church first. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, Sam Dawson does a lot of shows where they sell pew pews and stuff like that. Well, he gets these cans, old ammunition cans, refurbishes them and sells them. Well, he's on my Facebook and he's been pushing this Italian bakery, and it's called Scully's over on North Oak Trafficway in Kansas City. So, hey, Tiny Farm Nuggets, how are you doing? Um, and so I went by there after work on Monday afternoon and picked up some Italian cookies and some bread pudding. I think it's Hungarian bread pudding. I don't know what makes it Hungarian. We haven't taken any bites out of it yet, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see here. What do they say here? Asking for prayer requests for Hopkins Dirty South Homestead as they are dealing with new medical must be diagnosis of cancer. We'll do that. Yeah, that would be hard, tough thing to swallow right now. Is finding out, you've got a lot of medical issues right now. Yeah. Christmas. You see on some movies, Christmas movies about Christmas miracles. I've never experienced a Christmas miracle. The miracle is why we celebrate Christmas, of course. But as we're down here on Earth, have you all experienced any kind of miracles? Christmas miracles or miracles throughout the year? Oh, Gene says that his daughter hit a tree. What, driving a car? Plowed into a tree with a vehicle or what, Gene? Is she okay? But I don't know. There's a lot of times that I've had close calls throughout life that it's a miracle that I'm still here. And she is in the ICU. Is that what you're saying, Gene? University of Michigan ICU. Oh, wow, Gene. I'm sorry. Hey, Lucy Warren's World. Good to see you. How are you doing? Okay. I got to finish that up. I was actually trying to post in a couple other spots, so. Yeah, there was one time I was on the bike and I was making a left-hand turn and I didn't see a car. I don't know what the deal was with me, but it was like something held me back so I wouldn't turn into the side of the car. Just all of a sudden, and it went by, and then it was like a flash, it was really strange. But Uh, Even in my younger days, in my 20s, you riding bulls or riding four wheelers, and sometimes your life you come off wrong or something like that, and you seems like your life can flash before your eyes there for a second, and then you discover you're okay. So, but yeah, it's been uh, it's been a heck of an adventure. Yeah, that's right, Mom. You know, and I tend to think sometimes that somebody is watching over me. If it's a man upstairs or somebody that's already passed on. I got to quit saying that. You know, I'm sorry, everyone, but yeah, I have a lot of good memories as far as Christmas and holidays and stuff like that. But back then in the 70s, my gosh, in the early 70s, middle 70s, uh, it's just there wasn't as much. How should I say this? There wasn't as much presence. I mean, in my memory, I should say. I mean, a lot of kids in my age, they get a lot of kids got whatever they wanted, and I can see that today. It just depends on how well off the family is, but it's not about. It shouldn't be about the presents. It should be about, uh, you know, why we celebrate Christmas, um, and it's the birth of Christ. So. Um, that's what they're that's what it should be about, and why we give the presents to each other. A lot of kids are I want, and the spoilage just you can see it in the stores sometimes. Now this year, I what was it last night? I went up to Walmart. I didn't see it as much in the toy aisles. Now I didn't go anywhere else besides the WalMarts, and um, I didn't see any kids throwing fits. There was a lot, and I think partly because money's a little tight right now with families and stuff. So I didn't see any tantrums or anything like that. But it's just I know the retailers. Uh, I know the retailers depend on a lot of the holidays and stuff. Yeah, Super Glide. I gotta watch what I say sometimes, because. But now, me at my age and her age, I don't think anything would surprise her. To tell you the truth, she earned every gray hair. She sure did. Ron says I came across a mangled full dresser in an ambulance on my way to parents' house this afternoon. So that's too bad. Where was that at, Ron? What state? I apologize. I don't remember what state you're in or where you're at or anything like that. But uh, you know, you know how it is. We get our age. I did get a new T-shirt today. Um, that I ordered from the Support Bikers website, and yeah, I'll have to show that here in a few minutes. Oh, in Louisiana. Oh, wow. Okay. Highway 14, Lake Charles, Louisiana, across from Walmart on Highway 14. Well, I hope that rider was okay. And I do. That's part of the reason why I wear I try to protect my skull cap, you know, because it's not fun having a concussion, that's for sure. Well, now that I look back on it, it was kind of fun because I don't remember much of it. Because I guess I was saying all kinds of stuff. But yeah, but back to Christmas in the '70s. It's there's a lot of good memories. My aunt would buy stuff that had to be put together, and she was always the one that was putting it together. But uh, that's and she always took me places like the zoos and stuff like that. And uh, when I was little, I got to stay at her place, and she took me to the drive-ins and stuff like that. It was a good time. I do remember all that. Didn't look good, but you do have a helmet law. Well, all you can do is put them in your prayers, right? When you drive by. I didn't plan on being on here long, but if we keep it up here with these tens and tens of subscribe or people in the chat, I think we'll be doing all right. So yeah, tomorrow, Linda and I made an agreement that we wouldn't get each other anything or anything big, and because we've basically our present to each other is the trip out west in August that we were planning on taking, and you know uh, she gets a gift every day whenever I come home from work or she comes home from work and or wakes up in the morning. It's just a gift to see my presence. You know what I'm saying? So you know uh, that's my present to her every day. Hey, Gillen Farms, John. Yeah, Johnny, Christine, how are you doing? Uh, but no, be honest with you that it's the other way around because Miss Linda does take very very good care of me. Mom says good night. Well, good night, mother. Have a pleasant evening. I didn't know I didn't know if they had I think they had a Christmas Eve service where they go to church. Yeah. Jimmy says 70s. Oh, Evil Knievel? That wind up bike. Yeah. When I went to the museum over there in Topeka, they had some of those in the cabinet where you put motorcycle on it and you crank it, crank it, crank it. We'd crank that thing so hard it'd get to swaying back and forth, and you had to hold it down real fast and then release it. Oh my gosh. Kim, thanks for coming in. Thank you. But yeah, that was one of the coolest toys. Yeah, I think you did see my video on that museum, didn't you, Jimmy? I think you commented on it if I remember correctly. So yeah. Oh yeah, Mom got me an Atari when the Ataris came out. And I think that was at Christmas too. And oh, you played Santa and Mrs. Claus. That was an awfully tall Santa Claus. Good grief. uh and did Christine sit still enough, to play Mrs. Claus? But yeah, I got an Atari one year for Christmas, and I had to take it to my grandparents' house. and plug it into their TV and their little tiny TV in the bedroom and show my grandfather the Atari system. Hey, how you doing, Mike? Dr. Harley, good to see you. Merry Christmas. Busted Knuckle Motorcycle, how are you doing? Merry Christmas. Man, we're getting all kinds of people in here. Going good. Actually, did ride the bike today. It was right around 30 degrees when I left the house, and I had to head south about 40 miles, something like that. And I made it down there in about 30 to 35 minutes. And yeah, I didn't. There was a lot of traffic, but I didn't let the traffic get in my way. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I was. Well, I'll just say People were looking at me as I was going by like I was nuts, which I probably was a little crazy, but you know, the roads were dry and it was worth it. It really was worth it. Yeah, you remember the Ataris? I remember the old games, and you can buy the game systems that was on them things, I guess, in a little block or something, and play all the games that was available on the Ataris. I had the Atari, and my best friend had the Sega system. I don't even know if I'm sure he still has that Sega system in a box somewhere. It's probably up in the top part of their chicken house. Made some room around my GTO today. Races this Saturday? Really? Wow. That must be a New Year's. No, it's not New Year's weekend because New Year's Day isn't until next week. Awesome. Yeah, if y'all want to see a GTO, go down the drag strip. Gilliam Farms, old Johnny here, he's got him a GTO. And I don't know, how'd you do this year, Johnny? Went for a short ride, headed to family stuff. Got to do about 30 miles, yes. Well, I was going to ride up to my other son's up north of the next town, and he's on some gravel roads. I'm glad I didn't. I actually started the truck up and drove it up there because we're going to drive it tomorrow over by north of St. Joe, Missouri tomorrow to Linda's mom's. Super Glide says, man, I miss mom. She also bought me my first Honda Spree scooter, I believe, in 1984. Wow. That's cool. What's this say? Miss Claus is pulling presents out of somewhere to put under the tree. She's yelling at me for help. Jimmy, hey, thanks for coming in. You tell Mrs. Claus to cool off for a minute. So, yeah. Johnny says he hasn't lost anything lately. Yeah. Oh, wow. I had a friend of mine that he had a little Honda motorcycle. It wasn't a 125, but he rode it out to the farm one time. And it was actually in the winter time, but we didn't have any snow on the ground at that time. But the thing about it was he wouldn't let me ride it. I don't know why. Busted Knuckle says it was raining when they left mom's. It's a good thing I didn't try to ride there. Yeah. Yes. That would have been cold, especially if it was raining. So, oh my gosh, what other memories? Oh man. Christmas memories. Really, I don't have very many eventful memories at Christmas time. I just know that one Christmas, Mom bought me a stereo. I remember that. You remember the stereos with the big cabinet, speakers? It had cassette deck on it and a turntable on the top, and Johnny says he used to have a bunch of cool old dirt bikes. Well, by gosh, Johnny, if you find any of them in the trees or anything or in the ditches, dig them out and I'll take one out there in the wherever you got them hid. Yeah, that's right. Cold and wet sucks. That's for sure. I do know another buddy of mine down there in Texas. He's been sick. He finally sent me a picture there yesterday, or no, it was this afternoon. He looked like he was feeling better, and he said he was. And then I know there's some couple of people down in Florida right now, and they're not feeling well either. So must be something going around. I must be lucky. I'm not only lucky, but I'm naughty, I guess, right? So I'm just glad we're not up north anywhere where they're having a bunch of darn snow, because that really stinks when you're having to drive a truck pulling two trailers through the snow and stuff. So I just hope everybody, if you all are traveling tomorrow anywhere, be safe. Watch out for any of the other drivers, truck drivers that are having to be out. And that's another thing. There's no way. I don't know if I could drive over the road and be gone like that. Um, uh, all the time during the holidays. Johnny says when he was 13, walked into the living room on Christmas morning, there's a Suzuki DS 100 parked next to the tree that his brother got for him. Well, that's pretty cool. We will be in Spearfish opening weekend. We are staying at the Queen Inn on opening weekend. My mind was all jumbled up on my vacation, and I had to call, excuse me, I had to call my HR guy back and say, hey, I messed up. I messed up big time. He said, well, what's wrong? And I told him, and he says, well, you're in luck because we can switch some stuff around because the days are still open. So what is it, July? Let me look at my calendar here real quick. 2025, July. So while I've got you on here, I have July 31st, August 1st off. The 31st is probably going to be a travel day, and we'll stay the night somewhere before we get up there on August 1st. I don't want to run the whole 750 miles in one day with her, and then we will be at Spearfish, South Dakota, August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and leaving on the 5th and headed out of the madness. I think this will be Linda's first time in Sturgis on opening weekend. The last time I was in Sturgis on opening weekend was back in 2019 at my first time. So I camped out in a tent at the Sturgis RV Park and Campground. And I'll never do it again. That's just too crazy for me down there. Right down there off the main strip all night long, it seemed like. I probably didn't go to sleep till 2:30 in the morning and probably got up at 7. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. This is crazy. So I haven't looked at any routes or anything like that, but we're planning on going to Chief Joseph Highway, outside Cody, Wyoming, and then headed up to Beartooth Pass, up over that, down into Red Lodge, camp out there, and then I want to go to Glacier National Park. So that's the plan. After Glacier, depending on how much time we have, yeah. Busted Knuckle says he has reservations at the Buffalo Chip. I understand I could stay at the Buffalo Chip because we've got to be over there on August 1st in the afternoon at the Big Engine Bar for the support bikers. The Badgers ride in, parade of bikes or whatever. I don't know how it all goes. I don't know how long we'll stay there. I don't do the drunken. How should I say this? I don't do crowds very well, and the one thing I did see is Little Bighorn. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see where that is. I don't do crowds very well. I'll just put it that way because somebody says or does or whatever. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people they have a lot of security and whatnot, and yeah, I just don't like being confined like this. You know what I mean? I get along with everybody, but once I get boxed in, I got to get out of there, man. It's just too much. But I did see that. If you know what I'm talking about, Five Finger Punch, 5 Finger Punch. I guess they're going to be there on the 4th. Now, that would be somebody I would like to listen to live. That, because I listen to them a lot on the bike. So, Busted Knuckle, do you have reservations all week during the concerts and all that stuff? Let's see here. Yeah, that's right. It does make it easier. You got 2 weeks at the Buffalo Chip. That's awesome. I go for the riding mostly and the scenery. Even though I drive truck for a living and I look out a windshield now with both mirrors, going down the road, but man, it is totally different on two wheels. And we did a 9-day trip over back in August, and I see something new every time. Every time I see something new, and it's just something about being out in the wide open areas that just kind of clears your mind, resets you, and it's just as my dad says, it recharges your batteries. So let's see here. What's this say? Not sure I'm going to use it all, but I have it. Okay, you have the 2 weeks. Yeah, but Linda's due for a ride on the back of the bike for a couple of weeks, and she is a trooper. I mean, she doesn't complain. She usually tells me ahead of time she's got to make a pit stop. She'll not, tap me on the shoulder and lean forward, or I'll lean back. And what do you need, dear? And I got to go to the bathroom, which is fine. She gives me a way ahead of time notice, so. Let's see here. But yeah, the 4 nights is probably going to be enough. And I'm hoping to actually meet up with some other guys and gals and in the support bikers groups and stuff like that. And some other creators. I mean, it's just, it'll be neat to do. So let's see here. I have a place to stay at the Steel Pony in a camper. All I have to do is buy the pass. Oh, okay. And that Steel Pony, isn't that right across the road from the Buffalo Chip? I think I've heard Professional Monkey talk about that place. Another place he's talked about is Glencoe. I don't know anything about Glencoe. Is that a campground or is that another area of Sturgis where it gets pretty wild? I guess. I don't know. But yeah, just down the road within walking distance. Okay. Well, uh, the gals that the gal that washes bikes, she had a place set up down the road from when you make that turn to go up there to Full Throttle Saloon on the right hand side. And I can't remember what the name of the campground was where they had, and I stopped in there and I had them wash my bike for me. Always give them extra, a lot extra because they do a super job. It's KC Motor Babes, by the way, and if you ever see them anywhere at and any of the rallies or whatever, usually they're down at the Ozarks or Eureka Springs, somewhere here in the city. They'll be doing the bike nights. Glencoe is where they're famous. Oh, okay. That means that's topless, right? Okay. I get it now. So, yeah, I don't know about that. My age, I used to be pretty hard chested, but now my age, it's not really much muscle up there anymore, so I don't know. We stay at Section 8 in the. Okay. Oh my gosh. So when you go to these different campgrounds, do you have to pay for a pass fee to get in and see people? That's my question. Like a gate pass, I should say. I don't know where all them campgrounds are. I've been by them several times. I'm just going by and I don't see the names of them and all that stuff. So I'd have to have someone meet me somewhere and then take me in or all around to where everybody's at because I don't have a clue. So Red Food Truck, that's me. Okay, Ron. Yes, there is fees to enter. So if you run a food truck, do you pick up roadkill? That's my question. I mean, I suppose you could, right? I've eaten raccoon before, and it's pretty good, pretty darn tasty. I like raccoon. I used to trap them, and I'd actually cook, roast one up once a year when I was trapping them. And you can't get anything for a hide anymore, so what's the use of doing it? My gosh, 53 minutes flew by like nothing. There's 8 people left in here. Somebody said something about somebody else was going live. Hot dogs to hungry friends. Well, yeah, I got some friends that love the hot dogs. Yeah. Who was that? I know they sent me a message on Instagram. I know who it was. Let's see here. Salty Badger was going live at 9 o'clock. That's what that was. And we're 40 minutes past it. So, yeah. Well, we got 7 people left. There's 54 minutes in, and my drink's about empty. I haven't had one of these in probably 2-3 months, and I thought, you know what? I don't have to work tomorrow. Might as well have one. And yeah. Oh my goodness. So anyway, well, if you can get an 8-hour pass for Glencoe for $50, I think. If you don't check out that 8 hours, they charge you for 2 weeks. Holy moly, are you kidding me? Wow, that is nuts. So that's just saying, you better yeah. Oh, wow. You better have an alarm on your phone and not partake into too many cold snacks so you don't forget the time. Because then that $50 could probably turns into what, $2,000? That's nuts. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyway, well, y'all have a good night and Merry Christmas. And be safe. Say hi to a stranger. 350. Wow. Yeah, that could be expensive. So I hope everybody has a good Christmas, safe Christmas, and spend some time with the family if you got family. If not, shoot me a message and we can chit chat if you get bored, don't have family or whatever, all that good stuff. So, yeah. Anyway. Deborah, have a good night. Get some rest. Journey, good to see you. You must have been hiding in the background, huh? But yeah, everybody have a good Christmas and tell your friends and family that Lone Cowboy said hi. And we will see you on the next one, whenever that is. Went pretty good. So, all right, y'all. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Say bye.